Good morning students. Myself Arshdeep Kaur, a member of Shiv Jyoti Educational Group Kota. Today we are here to start the chapter number 5 of your book Moments. The name of the chapter is The Happy Prince. For better understanding of the text, open your books and come to page number 28. Once there was a king and he was very happy till the time he lived. He used to live in a palace and he died over there. All the time he used to remain very happy. He has never seen the life of sorrows. But after his death, his statue was placed on one of the pedestals. From there, he was able to see the whole city. It was placed at such a height that he was able to see the poverty, the miseries that the people were going through. And he has narrated few of the incidents that he has done in order to make the people happy. So, in this chapter, we will learn that how this happy prince after his death also made the people happy. Now, we are going to see the story of the happy prince, how he helped the people. Oscar Wilde, the author of the story, The Happy Prince, is a famous story that talks about the selfless acts of a golden statue and the love of migrating swallow. Swallow is the name of the bird. So, in this story, the author Oscar Wilde has talked about the happy prince. The story begins when we are told that a happy prince who died was immortalized in the form of a golden jeweled statue and erected on a tall column looking over the city. Now the story opens, and in the beginning of the story we have talked about the statue. What all things the statue was having, let us understand this from your textbook. Open your books and come to page number 28, first paragraph. High above the city on a tall column stood the statue of the happy prince. Now high above the city, that means from where the view of whole city was able to see. There the statue of the king was placed. He was gilded all over with the thin leaves of fine gold. Gilded basically means to cover something. So the whole statue was covered with fine gold leaves. For eyes he had two bright sapphires. For the eyes of the king, the blue precious stone sapphire has been used, and a large red ruby glowed on his sword hilt. What is a sword hilt? The handle of the sword or a weapon. This handle is called as a sword hilt. So, you could say in the picture also that over here the ruby has been placed in the eyes. At the place of the eyes there are two sapphires that have been placed. So, this was a brief description about the statue of the king. Having a sheltered existence when alive, the prince, it seems, was oblivious to the misery of the people of the city earlier. Now, over here we are talking about the king. When he was alive, at that time he was very happy. He has never seen the miseries of the people. Why so? Because he used to live in a palace. Over there was happiness all around, and he used to live in a happy way only. That's why the people called him the happy prince. But now when his statue stood high up the vantage point, and from this lofty perch he could see things far wide, he begins to witness the true conditions of poverty. Squalor basically means a view of poverty. Because of poverty, what all things the people were going through. And twattered dreams. Twattered dreams means the way we were seeing the things, it has not happened in that way and it has gone upside down. That means the dreams have been spoiled out, which are rampant beneath his stationary feet. Now in this stanza, the poet wants you to tell that till the time he was alive, he was very happy. But after his death, when his statue was stood at a height, you could say in the picture, he could see the miseries that were going around the city. He was able to judge the poverty conditions, the effects of the poverty, the dreams that were all stolen, and all these were beneath his stationary feet. That means he was not able to move the feet because he is in the form of a statue. These miserable sights, it seems now, touches the prince's heart so much so that his heart begins to ache to help these needy people whom he did not help when he was flesh and bone. So now looking at this miserable sights in which poverty has been shown, in which the people's suffrage has been shown, at that particular moment the king wants to help them out. But how to help? Now he is dead. At the time when he was having flesh and bone, that means when he was alive, he has not helped those people because he was busy in his happy life that he was living in the palace. But now, being dead, he finds himself helpless in fulfilling his desire. Now he is dead, he is in the form of a statue. He wants to help the people, those who are poor, those who are going from all the miserable conditions of the life, but how to help those people? He has become a statue. So let's see what the king does. It was during this time that the prince come across a migrating swallow who was stayed back when all the remaining swallows flew back to Egypt, leaving it all alone in this unknown place. So now this was the time of immigration and migrating of the birds. They move at the time of winter season, they leave their native place and they shift to some other countries. So this is called as migrating of the birds. So the swallow bird, it was migrating to the from there to Egypt. All the friends of the swallow bird have already left for that particular place, but he was still staying over there and now he was traveling to Egypt. This migrating swallow is at first enamored by the magnificence of the prince's statue and decides to stay at his feet. Now what happened? This particular swallow just saw that how the king was responding to it. What actually happened? The swallow has come over there and the swallow was able to see the king's misery. How? The swallow was resting over there at the feet of the king that was stationary. Suddenly a raindrop fell on it, and what does the swallow think? That it is raining, but in reality it was not raining. It was the king's statue who was crying. So swallow asked, what happened? To which the king replied and tell the story to her. It is when the migrating little bird pauses to rest on the statue and the happy prince finds nobody but the swallow to share his sadness that he implores the bird to help him in his purest of helping the needy. Now this time the king was having no one to tell and share all the sorrow that he was going through. So what did he do? He just shared his sorrow with the little swallow. He was telling that how he need to help the other needy persons in the city. The swallow too, it seems, was much like the prince, while kind hearted and compassionate. The swallow was also kind hearted. She also liked helping peoples. He decides to prolong his stay in the city and does what he is ordained by the prince to do. Now listening the sad story of the prince, the swallow said that fine, I will live here with you and help the people out there in your place. Come to page number 29 and we will see that what story the king was telling. When I was alive and a human heart, answered the statue, I did not know what tears were, for I lived in the palace where sorrow is not allowed to enter. Now the king is telling that till the time I was alive, I have never seen sorrow because I used to live in a palace and there too much happiness was there. My courtiers called me the happy prince, and happy indeed I was. Now all my courtiers, those who used to sit with me in the court, they called me the happy prince, and I was also happy. So I lived and so I died, means the way I was living was in a happy way and I died also happily. And now that I am dead, they have set me up here so high that I can see the ugliness and all the misery of my city, and though my heart is made up of lead, yet I cannot choose but weep. Now the king is saying that now after my death they have put me high over here, from there I could see the miseries of my city, but I am helpless, I am sad, I cannot do anything but I could only cry. So listening to this story, the swallow said that fine, I will not go to Egypt and I will live with you over here. In order to deliver a surprise gift to the neediest of the prince's people, the prince expresses a desire that his precious jewels, ruby, sapphires, gold leaves, be removed from his statue one by one, and the swallow begins to fulfill the prince's wishes. Now in the beginning of the story, I told you that there were many things that were on the statue of the king. They were the sapphire eyes, the ruby on the weapon of the particular king, the golden petals that were there on the king's body. So one by one, king said that you will remove these things from my statue and give it to the people, those who are in need of it. So let's see how the king helped the other needy people along with the swallow, and who all were the people who got these precious gifts from the king. However, in this process, the bird delays his flying to Egypt to escape the winters of this unknown place, and instead decides to submit to such a severe weather. Now, as I have told you before, that the swallow was going to migrate to Egypt because winters were approaching, and the birds at this time migrate because they cannot bear such a severe cold. So the swallow in all these things got stuck out, and it postpones the movement to the Egypt, and she decides to bear this severe weather conditions. Now this was the first story by which the king helped this little woman and the child, and what was given as a gift. Let's see. Come to your book, page number 29. Far away, continued the statue in a low musical voice. Far away in a little street there is a poor house. Now the king is talking to the swallow and telling that there is a little house far away. One of the window is open, and through it I can see a woman seated at a table. Now the king is saying there is a woman who is sitting on a table. Her face is thin and worn, and she has a chorus, that means rough hands, all pricked by the needle, for she is a seamstress. Seamstress is a woman who makes living by sewing the things. She is embroidering flowers on satin gown for the loveliest of the queens maid of honor. Queens maid of honor are the people, are the girls, those who walk behind the queen in the show. Now what happened? They were ready, the woman was weaving out flowers, she was embroidering flowers on the gowns for the court ball. In a bed in the corner of the room, her little boy is lying ill. Now this woman is busy sewing. She is making embroidery on the flowers, and what happened? Her little boy is ill. As you could see, he is not well and suffering from high fever. He has a fever and asking his mother to give him oranges. His mother has nothing to give him but river water, so he is crying. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, will you not bring her the ruby out of my sword hilt? Now the king has explained her that this is the condition that the king is able to see. What is the condition? That the woman is busy in sewing in preparations of the gown for the court ball, that was a event that was going to happen, and her little boy is suffering from fever. The boy is crying because he wants oranges, orange juice, but the woman does not have enough money to buy the orange juice. So, what she is given to him, that is river water only. So, the boy is crying and saying that I want oranges. Now, let us see here. As directed by the happy prince, the little swallow laid the great ruby on the table beside the seamstress thimble, and after fanning the boy's forehead went away. Now, come to page number 29 and let us see that what the king ordered the swallow. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, will you not bring her the ruby out of my sword hilt? My feet are fastened to the pedestal and I cannot move. So, the king ordered the swallow that do one thing, you take out this ruby from my sword hilt. Sword hilt is the weapon. You take out this, and what you will do? You will give to this woman. The swallow moved all around and the swallow reached this woman, and over there the swallow delivered this ruby to the woman, but she saw that the woman has fallen asleep. The boy was crying. So, what did the swallow do? Swallow started fanning the boy with the wings, and after getting the wind, the boy also fell asleep. So, this was the first incident, how the king helped the poor people. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, said the prince, far away across the city, I see a young man in a garret. What is a garret, student? A small dark room at the top of the house. So, the prince is able to see a man sitting in a small dark room at the top of the house. He is leaning over a desk covered with papers, and in the glass by his side there is a bunch of withered violets, that is worn out flowers were kept over there. He is able to see a man who is sitting on the desk. His hair is brown and crisp, and his lips are red as a pomegranate, and he has large and dreamy eyes. He is trying to finish a play for the director of the theatre, but he is too cold to write any more. Now, what is the problem? That he is writing a play for a director, but what the issue is that it is too cold and he is not having enough charcoal in the fireplace. So, that is the reason he is not able to write anymore. He asked if he should take another ruby to the young playwright. Now, the swallow asked that may I take another ruby from your sword hilt, to which the prince said, I do not have any ruby, you may take about one of the sapphires from my eye. Let us see. The happy prince saw a writer. He was suffering from cold and was hungry. Happy prince asked the swallow to give one of the sapphire to the writer. Now, happy prince said that you could give one of my eye, the sapphire, the precious blue stone, to them. The swallow did not want to pluck out the sapphire from his eyes, but he obeyed him unwillingly. Now, he did not want that he should pluck one of the eye, but he obeyed the king, because the king said, do as I say, and he took away and dropped it on the desk of this person, from which he purchased the fire and the charcoal to lit the fire, and then he was able to maintain it. Let us see another story by which he helped the person. The happy prince helped a little girl. How does he help? After that, the happy prince saw a match girl. Match girl means she used to make matchsticks, and her matches fall into the sewage. At his command, the swallow very unwillingly plucked out the sapphire from the other eye of the happy prince, and now the prince was totally blind. Now, seeing this girl, Girl, what did the happy prince say? Happy prince said that this girl manufactures the small sticks, matchsticks, and these sticks have fallen in the sewage. So she is crying because now she cannot get enough money, and because of that her father will beat her. So go swallow and give some money to her, and I am having one last sapphire left with me. But after this the king will become blind. So Swallow said, I cannot do this, you will become blind. But the king said that this sapphire is of no use, you should go and give to this girl so that she would have the money. The swallow slipped the sapphire into the palm of the match girl. Now the swallow comes and give it into the palm of the match girl, and she becomes very happy. So that was the way the king has helped all the three people. Now let us see what else the king desires from the young swallow. A great friendship, it seems, happened between the statue of the happy prince and the swallow now, for we are told that the same swallow who was so desperate to go back to Egypt as winters were approaching here now decides to stay with the prince and provide him all sorts of information, as he could no longer see anything after the removal of his sapphire eyes. Now, as I told you in the story that the king has given the sapphire eyes to the needy people. So, now what will happen? The king has become blind, and this swallow is going to help the king. This is the same swallow who was getting so much desperate to go and migrate back to Egypt, because winters were approaching over there and it was impossible for the little swallow to bear so much weathered condition with snow. But the swallow said, "Don't worry prince, I would stay with you forever." Let's see now what happens. The swallow kept providing the prince the information about the sufferings of the people of the city. The swallow was telling different suffrages that the people were going through. For that, let us see what were the different things that swallow told to the happy prince. Come to page number 33. "Dear little swallow," said the prince, "you tell me of marvelous things, but more marvelous than anything is the suffering of men and women." So what did the swallow say? That you have to tell me the sufferings of the people also. "There is no mystery so great as misery. Fly over my city, little swallow, and tell me what you see there." So the king said that, "Swallow, do me one favor, fly over the city and tell me what all miserable things are going on in my city, as I am blind now." So the swallow flew over the great city and saw the rich making merry in their beautiful houses, while the beggars were sitting at the gates. So what did the swallow saw? That the rich were making merry. That means they were very happy at their beautiful houses, and the poor people, the beggars, were sitting at the gate. He flew into dark lanes and saw the white faces of starving children out of listless at the black streets. Then the swallow told that, "As I was going away, I saw that the poor children are looking at the black streets. They are hungry. They are waiting that someone will come and help them out." Under the archway of a bridge, two little boys were lying in each other's arm to try and keep themselves warm. And she said that there are two boys, those who are suffering from malnutrition, and they are waiting over there. But what happened? That they are covering themselves in their arms so that they do not feel so much cold. "How hungry we are," they said. "You must not lie here," shouted the watchman, and they wandered out in the rain. Now they were sitting over there, they were relaxing because it was too cold. But the watchman said, "Don't sit and lie, just move from here." And they were wandering like that only in the rains on the street. So this was the whole scenario that was explained by the swallow to the happy prince. Listening to this, the happy prince said, the happy prince kept telling the swallow to remove the gold leaves from his statue which he could give the needy. So happy prince said that I am having golden petals. So now what you will do? You will remove all one by one the golden leaves from my statue and give to these needy people so that they could live their life in a better way. The gold leaves were taken away one by one till the prince began to look quite dull and grey. Now all the golden leaves have gone, the ruby has gone, the sapphire has gone. So what was left? The king used to live, now the king has turned into dull and grey color, and nothing was left with him that make him look beautiful. Then came the snow and the frost. Snow when converted into hard ice, it is called as frost, and in such inclement weather conditions, the poor swallow became the worst sufferer. Now who was suffering in this weather? It was the little swallow. Why it was suffering? Because it is cold, and you remember that the swallow was migrating to Egypt because the swallow want to escape from this cold weather. But now the swallow decided that it will live with the king forever, and it was now it has winter season has come, and swallow was the worst sufferer who was suffering in this winter season. The swallow, realizing that it would die soon, decided to kiss the prince's hand and his lips and died, resulting in tear in the leaden heart of the statue of the prince. Now the swallow knew that her end is approaching, so the swallow kissed the hand of the happy prince and the lips and died at his feet over there only. The moment the swallow died, there was a noise in the king's heart, in the leaden heart of the king, and he was also dead. The next day, when the mayor was walking in the square, he came across the shabby statue of the happy prince. Next day, the mayor was moving and he saw this statue, and what did he say? That it looks quite shabby, it's not at all beautiful. He asked his councillors to remove the statue, who on removal decided to melt the statue in a furnace. Now what did the mayor said? That it doesn't look any beautiful now. Do one thing, remove the statue and just melt it into the furnaces. However, since the broken lead heart could not be melted, now every part of the king's body got melted except that broken heart. It was thrown away in the dust heap where the dead swallow was also there. Now again the swallow and the king were able to meet. Where did they meet? They meet on the dust heap where the heart of the king was thrown and the swallow was thrown. So after their death also, they both met over there. Soon when the god sent his angels to bring the two most beautiful precious things from the city, the angels brought the dead swallow and leaden heart of the happy prince. Now it was the day of judgment. The god said to the angels that do me one favor, go and bring the two most beautiful things from the city. So the angels have gone and brought the swallow and the heart of the king. And what did the god said? God appreciated the angels' choice, and so the two remained together in the heavenly abode. God said that you have chosen correct, that two of them were really the best persons to be brought to the heaven, and now they will live over here. Come to page number 35 and mark this line. The God said, you have rightly chosen, said God, for in my garden of paradise this little bird shall sing for evermore, and in my city of gold the happy prince shall praise me. So they both lived over there happily. Now we would be discussing the theme of the poem. Let us see the theme of the poem, of the story. let us discuss the theme of the story. Gautam Buddha once said, "The world is full of sufferings. No doubt, suffering is in our life are inevitable, though they cannot be avoided completely. Yet, we as individuals should strive hard to remove the sufferings of humanity as much as we can." Now, Gautam Buddha said that suffering is a part of life. Everyone suffers some way or the other. But as per being a human, we should help other people. And this is portrayed in the story. The young prince who has died, he was very happy till the time he was alive. But after his death also, looking to the miserable conditions of the people around him in the city, what did he say? He just helped the way he could. He gave out his eyes, his ruby, he has given the golden petals that were on him, and it was making him look shabby, but that does not matter to the happy prince. What matter was the suffering of the other people. Similarly, Buddha has also said that suffering is in everyone's life, but you have to look towards other people also. This idea has been expressed by the author in this story, as we see that though that the happy princess statue was immobile, yet the moment he discovers that the people around him were suffering, he decides to help them. Now the happy prince statue cannot move, it was immobile, it was a statue. Still he some way or the other decided to help the other people. With the help of the swallow, the prince becomes successful in his aim of serving humanity. Now, with the help of the swallow, the prince found out the way through which he was able to serve the humanity, and together they set an example for people to follow in performing selfless acts of service to mankind. Now, with the help of a bird, the statue was able to help the people, who were in need. So, this was a perfect example of selfless acts of service. Not thinking about you and serving to others is a big deed. It cannot be done by a living person. But in this story, a happy prince who was dead has made it possible with the help of his swallow. So, this was the basic theme. I think you have understood it. Thank you.